back. We're working on the back of these facets, so we've got to get them looking the same. This one needs to sneak up there a little bit more. And this one's about right, height-wise I mean, distance up the bowl, it's about the same, so take that over there. But the curve that's pretty close, and we'd leave that now. No, we'd leave that now and carry on. But what I don't like, if you can see, is down in this corner here. Now you could either put a second facet in, you could, but it might get a little bit crowded. It is an eating spoon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave just the one facet, run it into the back of the handle. That edge, I'm going to run that in down there and make a bold statement. That's one way of saying it. I can't think of how else to describe what I'm thinking, but one clean, sharp, sweeping line, and it'll just say, here I am, take it or leave it. So I'm going to run this top edge of the bowl here, going to run that down, flatten that out along there. And remember, when you get up and you're doing small radiuses, we're getting up here now, we're just doing a small one, move up towards the tip of your knife. You can't do a tight radius down here with 12 millimeters of metal. You've got to be right up on the tip to get a little corner out like that. Have a feel at the back of the bowl there, not getting too thin. Remember, we've got to leave a little bit of meat in behind the handle here. We can't get too thin, but I just want to take that in there. The other side. This is what's called a spear cut. As you push it through, and watch out for your hand here, but you're actually pushing the knife through and rotating it. Push in, through, and rotate all at once. And it's working in 3 dimensions, remember now. So we've got to do stuff like that. Now, are they the same? Again, oh, that's better. Sun's come out for some reason. Use the horizon. Imagine that this is the globe. I hope you're not a flat earther, but that's the horizon. It should be curved. And if you look down it, you can see we come to the facets now. Facets roll over. And are these the same? They're certainly good enough at this stage. We'll carve them out later. Now that tells me that this is too high. See that lump there? Can't do that. We've got a nice curve coming up here. It's coming up, it's coming up. Now we need to roll that over, so. You'll have, when you're doing the inside of the neck here, and that transition from up grain to down grain, that's why they call it transition, that's an internal transition. When you're doing the back here and you're coming off the bowl into the handle, there's an external transition here too, because you're coming downhill that way, and there's a bit in the middle. And you have to be careful, because if you come in on the wrong side of it, you'll get tear out, which means that you've split it down the grain, but the grain has torn away unequally, and you can end up with bits missing that you don't want missing. So again, like all transitions, and feel here, yep, that's all right. Another thing I want to mention while we're here, when you're doing facets, like I'm working that facet now, a facet is a function. A facet is this edge. It's flat. They say it's a flat. The actual edge is called a chine, like on the hull of a boat. A chine is a function of two surfaces intersecting, this surface and that surface. So you carve that surface or that surface, and you balance the two to give you a nice curved line. Drawing with lines. Drawing with edges, as Jeff Dunn used to say. And I like to get light and contrast, and I used to say that, he's drawing with edges and I'm painting with shadows. Now, I'm going to leave that there, but I want this, so I'm going to take this down. This is something I've been playing with recently. Cut that away. You can, if you want, sweep that up nicely. This is my spoon. You'll do your own. Remember, you're using everything I teach to carve your own spoons, not mine. But this is something I do. You can do it too, of course. But if you just copy other people's spoons and their process, then you will never develop a style of your own. Use the techniques, that's what we're after. The chest lever grip, great for shifting wood. It's a bit of tough wood. Now start following that edge, bring it up closer and closer. And this is why I left meat on the bowl, because I'm hanging on to that, squeezing it quite forcefully. If it was already eggshell thin, it would be like all eggshells do when you squeeze it. Be a bunch of... Use these little angles. That'll tell you whether you're working all right from both sides or the other. Bring that edge up. I think our chicken's laid an egg. Now just bring it up to that edge. It's nowhere near finished. Just got the light right there, I can see what I'm doing. Cool. That side come down to there. Just again weighing up. I don't know if you can see this. There's that flaming sun again. Where am I? I don't know if you can see it, but where that edge is coming up here, the distance between the top edge and the bottom edge, and I think it's not far off. Now just run that up to there. Now, through there, it's a little bit thick, so it's a bit nicer. Right. That's not too bad. So we're going to stop there and then we'll come back and we'll fine carve it. All right, see you soon.